Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the State League Show. My name is Big Sexy, and my co-host that has blown up the Instagram. It's Singy, aka Brendan Singh. How are you, mate? Welcome to the show,
mate. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
How exciting! We talked about possibly doing a podcast, and I thought to myself, Singy's probably the perfect guy for this. All right, to talk State League. And then you were a bit, but actually, to be honest, I think you were. I thought you were going to be harder work to get across the line. You were like, all right, I'll do it. I'll jump on. So let's go.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, I was a little undecided early, but as most know, I do love talking.
Yeah, hates a chat.
Probably too much. But I also love baseball, and particularly, baseball here in WA. So maybe I was just playing hard to get. For a bit.
Well, you're looking good, mate. You got your signing bonus. You're wearing that now. That's the Big League Chew shirt.
Yeah, elite shirt. I was a big League Chew guy when I was younger.
Yeah, so was I.
I kid you not. I was going for a run the other day, and I saw someone walking down the street with a pouch of Big League Chew.
You can get it.
They
it shows up.
Look like baseballers.
Yeah.
And it was just funny timing.
A little place in Northbridge that has a bunch of American stuff. You can see it. Yeah. So, and that wigs me out. And I've been in there before, and I've been like, "You got Big League Chew?" And the guy's like, "Yeah." They don't care. They don't get it. They don't understand.
No. That's our childhood, right?
Yeah, that's it.
But no. Appreciate the shirt. I guess
you're only wearing it.
Fit you.
Yeah. I bought this shirt off Temu because I was like, I need some clothes to wear when I do all these podcasts. And then got it, and I didn't quite fit. Let's just say that much.
I got plenty of room.
Yeah. Well, they don't call me Little Sexy, so
that's the point.
So it is what it is.
I have copped Little Singy before. So
have you?
Yeah.
Little Singy.
Yeah.
That's like a rap name for you.
Yeah, I don't think they meant it in an endearing way. It's generally when I'm chirping and it's back in your box.
You do hate a chirp, yeah. Well, I mean, if you haven't already, go and check out our Instagram at State League Show on Instagram. Singy was announced. So I gave you a little rap about. You spent a lot of time in the league, in State League there. You've 17 seasons now. You've had a pretty cool career, and I'm not here to blow wind up your skirt as such. But, you're definitely qualified to talk about State League and what's going on around the league. So that's why we're here. So we're pretty excited about this, and a lot of you know that, hey, yeah, we are Morley guys. We'll get that out of the bag pretty early. But, we want to talk about the league. We want to talk about everything that's happening in State League, and obviously there's going to be we know a lot more things about Morley and all of that, but no, we want to talk to everyone. We want to look at all the fun stuff that's going on around the league this year, and that's why we're here. So yeah,
that's it. Yeah, you're spot on. We are from Morley, but we'll try not to talk about it.
Yeah, we know. The first thing,
but they might be our reference point for a few things.
Right? It's the easiest one to start with.
Don't grill us too much.
Yeah. Don't go too hard. And it's funny. Literally, when I said to Singy, we want to do this show, and Singy said, yeah, but we can't make it all about Morley. And I said, no, we're not going to do that. That's okay. That's all right.
What are we doing right now?
We're making it all about Morley. That's a good point. Well, as everyone would be aware, that's great cues from the co-host. Everyone would be aware that BWA, Baseball WA, has announced a pretty big change in the rules for this season. Now, you've got your piece of paper here, which is fantastic, but there's a lot on it. So let's dive into it. Obviously, the point system. That's what this first episode is going to be all about. It's sort of the topic on everyone's lips. And Singy, just as for if you don't know me, I don't generally come super prepared to these things. Husey and I have done all right with him doing all of the research and me just showing up and talking a bunch of trash. And so I'm just going to replicate that here, and you do all the research. But explain this point system to me like I don't know anything and I haven't read anything about it.
So like reality.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just explain it.
Yeah. So look, the point system, you reference it. It's here. It's coming in. It's been spoken about for a couple of seasons, so it's not like it's just coming out of the blue. I guess talking with the BWA guys, Jess and Lockie, the idea behind it is it's an equalisation measure. It's not. They haven't reinvented the wheel. It's quite common in footy, in WA, in other sports. So Yeah, that's the reason they've brought it in as an equalisation measure across the league. Obviously, there has been, there has been some player movements in the past seasons. Morley have benefited from those, but so have other teams. It's not all about Morley, but definitely, trying to avoid all the top players being accumulated in a couple of the top teams, because at the moment the good teams have been good for a while. So I don't think it's about bringing them down. It's more about just helping perhaps those a little further down the ladder climb their way back up. It's not blocking player transfers. I think it's just trying to disincentivise them. So,
piece on longevity too, I think. I think there's a bit of rewarding longevity just in my,
Oh, when you briefly looked at
I briefly looked at your notes there. Yeah, there was one point that you wrote was longevity. No, we'll run us through it and look, let's say it from the top, because it's maximum 30 points per game, isn't it? A team can have maximum 30 points on the field. Each player is basically assigned a certain amount of points depending on how good they are, depending on previous playing history, et cetera, but you're going to dive into that now. So give us the rundown.
So bear with me here. I understand reading off a piece of paper probably isn't the best, visual media. But,
that's all right. No one watches it. It's fine.
Yeah, that's a good point. There are 9 categories, so I'm going to need this sheet. So, like Sexy has mentioned, each team per game, doesn't matter if it goes extra innings, per game you're allowed to use 30 points. Like you said, every player is assigned a number of points. So I'll run through the categories and how many points they are and how many points they would be if they were to transfer clubs. So first category, under 18s. So just a junior coming up and playing in the seniors. They would attract 1 point. They're the least, the equal least, I should say. If a junior who has previously done that, played in SL1 or SL2, were to transfer clubs, they would then be 3 points for the club they arrive at.
So transfer, you catch an extra 2 points.
You catch an extra 2 points. Again, not blocking transfers, but in theory, disincentivising them. Now, once that player has transferred clubs, if they remain at that club for 3 years, after the third year, they then
lose those extra 2 points. Yeah,
they would revert back to 1 point. So adults, it's just adults. Now, so this is somebody who's me. Yeah, I'm just a local playing. Not playing with the Heat, not playing overseas, nothing. Same thing, 1 point. Yeah. If I was to transfer, 3 points.
Well, hang on, you did play with the Heat though.
We'll get there. He hasn't done his research.
Okay.
He's not seen this category list. So
okay.
That's right.
All right, let's go, You had a pretty good run with it. All right, we'll leave the Heat stuff alone. Sorry, keep going.
Well, that's another podcast.
That's another episode, let's do that.
So the next one would be somebody who's post-college, come back from college, or recently played in the WA under-18 state team. So, again, 1 point. However, this category, if they were to transfer, they would be 4 points for the team that they arrive at. So, that is somebody who's come back from college and then they haven't progressed on to play for the Heat or, professionally, anything like that. So, for the first 3 years that they're back, again, if they transfer in that 3-year window, they would then be 4 points. And then they would revert back to 1 point as previous. And same thing with the WA under-18 state team. So if you played in the WA under-18 state team last year, even though you're now moved on past that age group, you played in there last year or in the last 3 years, you would then attract 4 points.
If you're an under-18s player and you play for WA, and then for 3 years you carry 2 points.
You carry 4 points if you transfer. But 1 point if you just remain at the club that you're at.
So only 1 point. Fair enough. Yeah.
The next category is previous TR being temporary resident. So for for lack of a better term, imports.
Yeah.
So a previous TR is 3 points.
Yeah. Right.
So an example of this, who's actually not playing this year, Nick Alexio.
Right.
So congrats to him as well. He's having a kid. Well done.
Awesome.
Very exciting. So if he was to play this year, he would be 3 points. If he was to transfer to another club and move away from UWA, he would be 5 points at the club he arrives at.
Wow. That's huge.
Now, if he was, I'm not exactly sure if he'd be getting close. He's been here for a while, but if he was to play this year at UWA and if this was his 6th season, he would no longer be 3 points. He would be 1 point. So it goes to, longevity, same thing that you're talking about, loyalty, and it's, hey, you're 6 years removed of playing at that high level of college baseball or wherever they've come from. You're here, you've put roots down. Yeah, you're an Aussie. You're just classified as an Aussie now. But yeah, so if those previous imports are moving clubs, they go to 5 points. So
wow.
Again, not blocking it, but disincentivising. Next category.
Hang on. So I'm just thinking to myself. So say so imports are basically guns for hire, right? You think about it like that, right? So again, we're always going to go to Morley because it's the easiest way, and we know these people. But like Nick Olchie, right? He comes through this year and say Perth give him like a mad offer. He now costs Perth more points.
He would. Yep.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay.
I should get to that.
Yeah.
Because Nick wouldn't classify as previous TR, temporary resident, because if Nick comes this season, he's still on a temporary resident visa. Previous TR might be like, there's a bit to it.
Wow,
But a previous TR might be somebody who's got married. And now their visa is not a temporary one. It's
right. Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
But no, you're on the right path though.
Yeah.
The next category on the list is professional. Right. So I did do some printing off here. Professional refers to ABL players, obviously, so Perth Heat players, MLB affiliates, MLB partnered independent ball leagues, so that's any of the above within the past 3 years. So, my Perth Heat days are well beyond 3 years ago. So I would
your Perth Heat day.
Yeah, my Perth Heat day.
Yeah,
had a few training sessions. I was down there. So a professional. So ABL players at the moment, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Todd Hatcher. Yeah. He's a name that's not Morley that comes to mind. Yeah. Todd Hatcher, he'd be 3 points.
Yeah, okay.
Now, same thing. If he was to transfer to another club, he becomes 5 points.
Wild.
Yeah.
Okay. So then what's after that? That's
after
professional?
That,
Team Australia?
Team Australia.
Right.
So, and I've spoken with Jess and Lockie. Team Australia is men's national team. It's not under 18s, so obviously under 18s tournament was recently on. It's not that. It's men's national team.
Yeah.
Under 23s, grey area, but I don't think it's going to be under 23s either. So Team Australia, men's national team, 4 points.
Right.
So Tim Kennelly.
TK.
The GOAT.
The absolute GOAT.
Mm-hmm. 4 points. Just re-signed. Exciting times.
Yeah, huge news. Yeah. Didn't see that coming.
Yeah. That lifetime contract. Hey, no, that's all right. So Team Australia, TK, 4 points. Now, if TK was to transfer, he would be 6 points.
Yeah, right.
So an example of that is, Warwick Sawpod came to Morley last year, plays for Team Australia, 6 points.
Wow.
Now, if Warwick stays at Morley for 3 years, in that fourth year that he's at Morley, he goes back to
4.
Yep. So 6 is the maximum amount of points that a player can attract. So that is Warwick. Jake Bowie has recently gone to Braves. So he will attract 6
that's
points.
A good example.
Again, so showing that it's not blocking transfers, but disincentivizing, and it's up to that coach if they've got a player coming over to just understand they've got 30 points to play with. So I'm sure they know that. And the last, there's subcategories within this category, but this last category is imports.
Right.
Now, they've broken it down geographically. So anyone from USA, Canada, and Latin America is worth 5 points. Japan and South Korea, 4 points. Europe/other, 3 points. And anyone on a student visa is 3 points.
Okay.
So that's that temporary resident classification, I guess.
Right.
So that's it. That's the 9 categories.
Japan's less than America. And
yeah, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. I've got a few thoughts about the point system. I don't envy Jess Fitzgerald trying to put a point system together, introducing it to a league that's never had one. I personally wouldn't be putting my hand up to do that job, so I'm not going to be too critical. But acknowledging that I've spoken with Jess and he knows that it's not going to be perfect the first time, and BWA have and will be reviewing this at the end of this year. And if it didn't do what they were hoping it would do, they're not just going to leave it in place. They might tweak it. They might.
Yeah, of course.
They probably won't remove it, but it's not set and forget for the rest of eternity.
Yeah.
So
one thing, so talking with some of the guys around the league and whatever prior to the league, telling, like Lockie and Jess and those guys about this show and, hey, this is what we want to try and do and rah-rah. Lockie sort of said to me, he's like, well, you're going to have some content. And I was like, oh, what are you talking about? But what I'm getting to is like the consultation side of it. Like they have, from what I've been told, is that they had gone through these chats with, clubs, with everyone involved and all relative parties just to get feedback and try and as well as, like outside of baseball, different sports, trying to like, okay, how do we make this thing? And look, you're right. It is, we're always going to bitch and complain like, hey, we're doing Blue and Blast about the paywall for that, right? But, it's just one of those things like, hey, like kudos to them for actually going, hey, we've got a problem. We might have to try and do something about it rather than going, it's all right. It'll be okay. Like they'll work it out or we'll just, I don't know. But so, a thankless job, but, hey, well done. And look, let's see where it goes. It's year one.
People don't like change.
No.
But, we talk about it's not that long ago that we were playing extra innings without the, not the ghost base runner, but,
I hate that. I do hate that.
I don't hate it, but we thought it was going to be this big game-changing thing. It's not. You get the extra innings, you got runners on base. The NL not long ago had pitchers hitting. Yeah, now they've got DH. Like the sun still came up the next day. This will be the same. It might take half a season to really get in your groove of understanding your points and fitting that within 30. But before we know it, it's the new normal.
What penalties are there for going over your points? Have we been discussed that? Is it like a?
My understanding is it would be a forfeit.
Right, that's huge.
And BWA will be checking the Monday morning or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
They will be running through the lineups, the game, the box score to see.
Wow.
So with that, it's not on the opposition coach or manager or whoever it is to police it. I'm sure there will be people that have their spreadsheets of each team, but BWA will be checking it the following day or within the following days before the next round. So my understanding, and I might be corrected, but I'm certain it's a forfeit.
The other thing that is pretty interesting here is, so previously we've had 2 imports allowed to play. Now that's gone. There's no such thing. If you've got the points and of course if you have the cash to splash on going and getting yourself some imports, go and do it. Like if you don't have all these players that are costing you money, costing you points, go and get a bunch of imports and make your team stronger. So as much as it's skewed towards looking at like, these guys have all these good players and whatever these strong clubs do, let's look at it from that lens. These maybe lesser, clubs.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that, but
I
you
know
know
what
what I
you
mean.
mean.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like the clubs towards the bottom of the ladder now have this opportunity to go, well, hey, we've got this money in the bank. Let's go and spend it. Let's go and make our top side better. You know? So that's pretty cool.
That's the equalisation part, right?
Yeah.
Like bringing this point system in doesn't all of a sudden make the Aussies on those teams that are finishing at the bottom of the ladder. It doesn't make those Aussies stronger all of a sudden. But yeah, it allows them to supplement their Aussie talent with more than 2 imports. Again, financially, you still, baseball in Australia isn't exactly a profit-generating sport, particularly at that amateur level. But
if you podcasting about it,
well, that's news to me. That wasn't. But yeah, it's you can go get 3 imports if you want 4 imports, and it'll make the league stronger. I'm not sure how many teams are going to get more than 2, but if they want to, they can. Like you said, that requirement of only playing maximum of 2 imports in a game has gone now. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, it's here. No point complaining about it. It's not going to change anything. You just move on, control what you can control. And
an interesting part to mention, which I'm not sure if we have, but the point system obviously is only in regular season games.
That's right.
Come finals, the gloves are off. That's
That's it. Yeah.
Which is a funny thing. Like, it's easy to talk shit about, right? Like, so it's just it's just a regular season. But you said it to me once. Like, BWA said they want to see the best, right? That's sort
right.
of the mentality.
And that's my understanding around the decision for finals not to have a point system. Is we want to see the best of the best. People don't want to drive out to Baseball Park and sit there and watch a coach scramble through a spreadsheet worrying about points in the finals, right?
Yeah.
You want to say 4 versus 5 playoff.
Yeah.
You want that team, that game has created a lot of excitement for the last few years that it's been brought in. You want to see them going head to head. You want to go our best against your best. So that's again my understanding of that decision, and I think it makes sense. I think it's, I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see, won't we?
Yeah, that's it. Well, that's what everyone's playing for, right? I mean, there's yellow flags that you can get as well, but there's little medals and stuff. But that's it. That's the hat. So that's what.
How'd you get that?
Yeah, Husey was blowing up about it too. He's like, how do you have one of them? Phil Kendall might have flicked me one, just on the side. Definitely not a state league guy. I'm more of this here. That's an A grade batting, A grade batting average champion. That's more my speed.
Yeah,
but hey, it's worked out well. It doesn't fit. I've got an absolute scone on me.
You do,
so, and I'm not like I was going to wear it anyways. Yeah. But it doesn't
cap
fit.
Right now is under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it's a lot of stress. It's doing God's work to stay on my head, but that's all right. But here we are, and so that's it. That's what we're here for, and I don't know. Lucky I got it. Lucky Phil gave it to me. Now we've got a
Phil
man.
obviously understands the value of a vibe guy.
Yeah,
that's what I would say.
Centerpiece for the show too, though. Right? It's pretty important. I could have
just brought mine over.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's fair. So you've got a few, eh? You've got a few hats of those.
A few. I'm not up there with the Kennellys yet. But,
how many do you reckon TK's got? How many flags do you reckon, or hats?
State league level, I'm certain he has 6.
Wow. Potentially more.
Yeah, I want to say 6 at the bottom, like my minimum estimate.
TK, if you're watching this, geez, I hope you are. Can you tell us? Can you?
Trying to think how many times
flags?
I logged on to Instagram or Facebook after we got knocked out of the finals and saw all the brothers, in the dog pile, and more fingers than I can count.
Far out.
Josh's little sausages,
It leads to a good point. I'm pretty sure all of you that will be watching this show would be, but if you aren't, go and follow at 1623 Baseball on Instagram, at 16, the word, 23, 2 and 3, and Baseball, the word again. Go and give them a follow. They've been a big supporter of obviously Blue Minute Blast and, of course, the State League show. So we appreciate them, and we want you to go and show them some love. So if you haven't already, go and check it out. They're doing all of their summer holiday camps coming up. You'll see all that kind of stuff on there as well. Go and sign up. Send the kids down. First week of school holidays. Going to be a lot of fun. So go and check it out at 1623 Baseball on Instagram. Yeah, there you go.
Plenty of talent down there across the coaching ranks. Yeah,
not to coach, just to learn.
Yeah, I'm all to learn.
Yeah, why not?
I'm ready to learn.
You got to our fans at home, or our fans, I wouldn't say that. It's our first episode. Probably just got a couple of curious
Mum
people
and Dad,
tuning
cheers.
in. Yeah,
Thanks for tuning in, Mum and Dad. Create Mum an Instagram account just so she can watch. Thanks, Mum.
So you're an Angels fan, eh?
Yeah, long suffering.
That must be, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. I think just mathematically got kicked out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Earlier this week for the 11th year in a row. So longest streak in MLB of missing playoffs. I think the third longest streak in North American sports. So.
Oh well, you got room to grow.
Got plenty of room to grow.
Yeah, you could be the longest streak. You never know.
But yeah, and then about to set the record for most strikeouts in a season. Not pitchers.
Yeah.
Offensively. So yeah, it's it's been a fun past 11 years.
Could be worse.
I think current teammate of mine, Reese Duggs Thompson.
Yeah.
Was back in the day, Foxtel. Not every family had it.
Yeah. I remember Foxtel.
We didn't have it.
Wow.
Went over to Reese's house. We were playing what used to be Pee-wees back then.
Yeah.
Pee-wees together. Went around to his place and walked in the door and there was Foxtel on. And I thought, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And there was an Angels game on and literally within a minute of me walking in, Vlad Guerrero Sr. hit a bomb.
Yeah.
And I went, that's my team.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of fun with Vlad. Trout then follows in, takes 27 off him. Otani, Pujols across the years, but
my sister's an Angels fan.
Work it out.
My sister's an Angels fan, so Angels games were on play in our household growing up, and she was lucky. She actually got to, as part of the women's national team, got to go to play a game like a curtain raiser at Tropicana. Cool. And the Angels were there, and she got to meet a bunch of the Angels team. So that's from then, obviously, she was like, I'm an Angels fan. Yeah, it's like, no one, you don't know anyone. No, but that's okay. That's all right.
If you did know, you wouldn't purposely choose to be an Angels fan, I can tell you.
Yeah.
It's,
so there you go. Well, look, we sort of touched on it a little bit. We were talking about transfers and all of that. And some changes around the league, but I think we might save that for our next episode.
I think so.
We do want to keep these episodes relatively sort of short and sharp and a bit of fun, and we're going to have some guests on throughout the year. Just sort of keep it there. So if you're listening to this, you've probably found us on YouTube or on Spotify. We appreciate you. It's all under the Bloop and a Blast banner. We're trying to get more content on those channels and stuff like that. But if you want to go and join along, check us out at State League Show on Instagram. His name's Singy. I'm Big Sexy. Do you want to do like a fun little outro or something, like just to wrap it up a bit, or you reckon you're good?
I reckon that's your domain. I'm the research guy. You're the intro and outro guy.
I don't. Well, hopefully, if you're listening to this too, I do have a pretty special intro. Now, as far as when I get it, I'm not sure, but. So I've gone and done some I haven't done some research, but I've gone and done some begging around the league, asked a certain person to give me or us an intro for the show.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that it comes through by the time of the first episode. If it doesn't, if you haven't heard it on the first episode, I apologize, but it'll be there for the second episode. So there you go.
This is like Inception. People are going to be watching the first episode.
Yeah. They're like, oh, did I see it?
Did I see it? They'll be thinking...
It gets watch time up. I'll be watching it back. No, you'll hear it. You'll see it when you see it. It's going to be great. But anyways...
Yeah, trust him.
Yeah, trust me. Yeah, sure. I've got nothing else to do, so that's fine. My name's Big Sexy. It's Singy. That's the first episode of the State League Show. We appreciate you guys for watching. We'll see you again next week.
We will.
Cheers. Bye.